Greetings. Today I want to bring up something that I've noticed in several conversations that I've had with other people that I've been coaching or working with, other psychotherapists, counselors, hypnotists, coaches, NLP people, whoever. And that is on many of their parts, a reluctance to think of themselves as healers. It's almost like they're afraid to say, I'm a healer. And I find a lot of times that's part of the block that is keeping them from going in the direction that they want to do, in their own mind and in their work of actually helping people. So if there's a block saying I'm not a healer, but I'm here to heal people or help people heal, it gets a little confusing. So this is something I've wrestled with as well, to be quite blunt with you. And I just one day looked up the definition of what's a healer, and someone who helps restore wholeness or health is the definition I saw. Well, if you're a therapist, aren't you doing that? Helping people restore wholeness, a sense of wholeness and health. A coach, you're doing that, hypnotist, etc., etc. So why are we afraid a lot of times to use that word? I think it's because we are afraid of the responsibility that it entails. We become very responsible to help people return to wholeness. And we can intellectually say, well, that's what I'm here for. That's what to help people feel better and to transform their lives and all of that. But there's maybe a part of us that feels like we're taking on the total responsibility for whether the clients we work with actually change or not. What may help you, just a way to think about it, is the fact that your client's not going to change if he or she doesn't want to change. It's not you doing things to them. It's you co-creating with your clients new possibilities, new outcomes, new realities, new ways of being in the world. I don't know how many videos I've actually brought this up, but I just kind of want to reinforce this. When we see that we are actually co-creating an outcome with our client, actually paying attention to the feedback they give us, actually paying attention to the goal that they provide us, we can use that information and assessing their willingness to change, their enthusiasm for change, any particular reasons they may or may not want to change, and we can work together to create something. This idea of that we're always doing things to the person is a holdover from, going back to the early days of psychotherapy. And actually, if you follow back to the early days of hypnotism, that the hypnotist was doing things to the other person, the mesmerism and those kind of ideas at that time, which may have worked at that time. But it takes a lot of pressure off us to know that we're not the only one in the healing equation. So when you say I'm a healer, what you're saying is I co-create a way to return to wholeness for my clients. I co-create a way to return to health for my clients. I co-create with my client a way to change their relationship to the problem. Because when we feel like we are the only person that can create the change, I've noticed it goes in two directions. One direction is then here comes the megalomania, that you are the guru, you are the Svengali or that, or it goes in the other direction where we start to become a little overwhelmed by the responsibility that we are totally responsible for whether people transform their lives or not. I'm saying instead of, again, here we are in a dichotomy, what's in the middle? The middle is healing. Okay? Middle is being that healer. Because yes, these two can be an ongoing battle. But when we say, my job is to help co-create with you what you want, it takes a little bit of that fear off of saying, yes, I am a healer. I'm here to help you with your mental and emotional or physical, depending on your field, problems. And hopefully we can work together to create those outcomes. So are you really afraid of saying I'm a healer. Some of you are, some of you aren't. I think it's a wonderful idea to return to, that we're not doing therapy, coaching, hypnosis, we're doing healing. But, something to talk about. So if you have comments, please leave them below. If you haven't subscribed, you find value in what I'm offering, please feel free to subscribe. Thanks so much for being with me.